All right, you're listening to KUAW Radio, Kansas City's global community radio station. We don't only bring you videos on Facebook and YouTube, but listen to our audio only, where you'll get shows like Cheryl Underwood and Blues Time in the City. You can pick us up at www.kuaw.org or go to the TuneIn app and search KUAW. Listen to us. We're on 24 hours a day. That's KUAW Radio, Kansas City's global community radio station. And this is what you hear every day.
What up, what up? Welcome to Scrilltown. And today's guest will be Karine Hannah, Cash Money Records recording artist. She's very, very hot. She's very, very talented. It's your boy, Mr. Scrilltown himself, aka Fetty Skrills, and co-host Queen Natisha. We are coming to you live from KUAW FM, and we're gonna get this show started in a moment. I want to give a shout out to all my people out there that have been, strong supporters for Scrilltown MO. Welcome to Scrilltown and anything else associated and affiliated with it, Scrilltown Clothing, of course. But before we get started, I want to let everybody know about the new book that I am a co-author in. It's called Yes, I Can, 15 Mindset Secrets of Entrepreneurs, Inspired Entrepreneurs Around the World. That book is out on Amazon right now. I will be having my own edition come out in about 30 days, but as of right now, that book has hit #1 international bestseller on Amazon so far. Give a shout out to everybody that's a part of this whole project. It was huge. Gave y'all a little bit of a piece of my upbringing, along with some of the struggles I dealt with, along with also things that I learned as becoming an entrepreneur. So it's a good book to read, and it's also, of course, 14 other authors in that book. But yeah, it's steady growing, and like I said, as soon as my edition comes out, I will let everybody know where to get it, where to pick it up at. It'll, of course, be on ebooks. It'll also be on hard copies as well. So what's going on, Queen Natisha? Tell us what's going on with you, this week. What you doing any writing? Are you doing any recording?
Of course. You never, as an artist, you never stop writing. You always write. You always want to perfect your craft. You always want to, find different muses and things like that. Like, I have conversations with people, and the whole subject will make me go write a song.
See, that's
So,
yeah. Yeah, it's all about life.
And I've also been in the studio. I've been last week I just recorded 2 of my songs that will be on my EP in 2021. So pretty excited.
Oh yeah.
About that. I got 3 more to go. I can't tell y'all how many I'm gonna have on there, but yeah, I'm trying to knock them out.
Getting it going. See, that's what it's all about. Perseverance, man. Just continue to go. Don't wait on others to bring out music, to bring out your music. Always bring out yours, either before or at the same time. So yeah. How we looking over there, boss? Okay. Oh, okay. All right. Oh, there she is. How you doing? Can you hear us? Okay.
You.
Okay, we hear you.
Yeah. So, like I said, this is Cash Money Records recording artist Karine Hannah. How you doing today?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. This is my co-host, Queen Natisha. She's one of our recording artists for Scrilltown MO Sony. So tell us what's going on with you, Karine. How tell us how life's treating you right now.
Well, it's different, very different since the virus. So as you could see, I had to, make one of my rooms into a home studio. With I don't play those guitars, but they look nice on the wall.
Right.
They look nice.
That's to indicate this is like the music room.
Right.
Yeah. It's an adjustment. because we're kind of stuck. And I live in New York City, so we really got hit hard at the beginning. So we were really homebound for a long time.
Right.
And now, I'm just trying to, make my way back. I have like a lot of recordings I was in the middle of working on my latest, projects. And so everything was on hold for a while, and now I'm getting back into it, getting back into recording.
Good deal. So how long have you been into music? How long have you been pursuing it, or been a part of the music industry?
I've been a part of the music industry for a long time. I'm originally from Montreal, Quebec.
Okay.
So I was doing music, as a kid, and I did like a lot of TV shows, and as a teenager, was recording in French as I speak.
Oh, in French. Wow.
I've always wanted to speak French.
Yes, and then I got my first record deal here in New York, so I moved, and then I got the deal with Cash Money, which I know everybody's like, how did this chick get a deal with Cash Money? Everybody's like, she doesn't fit the bill. She's not a rap hip hop artist, like.
Right. So how did that happen?
Well, okay, I'll tell you. I think but for those of you who are watching that don't know, how does a white chick from Montreal land a deal with Cash Money Records?
Right.
This is how it happened. It was a fluke. I wasn't looking for it. Obviously. Hold on. I wasn't looking for it. I actually, my lawyer is Cash Money's lawyer.
Okay.
And sorry, my phone, I gotta turn it off. And so apparently this is what the story is that the Cash Money guys, Slim and Baby, were in my lawyer's office, and they were having a meeting, and my music was playing in the background on my lawyer's computer, just like randomly, like it was like a random mixtape of stuff, and I think, I don't know if it was Baby or Slim, said, "Oh, who is that?" And my lawyer said, "Oh, that's Karine, one of my artists that I'm representing." He had a poster of me on his wall, so he's like, "And that's her." And as a joke, because I'm a pop artist, he just said as a joke, "Why, you want to sign her?"
Right.
Like, why? Yeah. And they said right away, yeah, like right on the spot. They're like, yeah, they were like totally serious. So he's like, okay, I'll let her know. And that's how it happened. And, like within a few months, we got all the paperwork together, and we signed in 2014.
Wow. Okay. Congratulations on that. So with that being said, like, did things start going faster, like, for you once that happened? Like, being, on a major label like that,
No, not at all. I thought that, okay, well, that's it. Once you get on a major, that's it. You're set. It doesn't work that way. Okay. Maybe like in the past, or I don't know, or maybe it depends on the label you're on.
Right.
The one amazing thing about being signed to these guys was that they really give you freedom to do your thing. Even Nicki and Drake, they and Wayne always had freedom to, do their music. The guys don't get involved heavily in, deciding on the material or who you're hooking up with to write with or producing or whatever. They leave you to do your thing as an artist, which I think is really unbelievable. And so the one thing with me is that they didn't know what to do with me. They signed me at a time when they were looking to branch out in different genres. Like they had signed a country pop girl and some other people. Well, it didn't last. I mean, I had more success than they did, but thankfully.
Right.
But my manager is the one at the time who really made the decision on what path we were going to go down, and we did it. The label supported us, and we decided to start with like the pop dance thing.
Right,
so,
right.
Yeah. So and it worked out, but I mean, I haven't had like grand success. I'm not as famous and popular as like Nicki or Drake and all these guys, but it was pretty good. I mean, but it's not, it's not over yet.
No.
I'm just beginning. So.
And see, like I've listened to your music and I really enjoy it. It was funny the other day. I woke up reciting that anytime. I don't know why it just hit me, but it's a very catchy pop song, and that's why I'm like, yeah, for them to have Nicki, Drake, and all the rest of them that are, blowing up right now or have blown up, and then to have you as well, just, kind of sitting in the back, that just goes to show there's a lot of talent out here. Like, because at any, like you said, at any given time, they could cut your record and it'll be all over the airwaves as well. And, that's why it amazes me how much talent. I try to get on the show and tell people all the time that, one of the things that I've said, like on the previous shows, is that you have to go up against so much talent, and people don't understand, like, it's not like it's 30 to 40,000 songs made a day. And, who's to say how many of them are hot? They could be 90% of them could be hot. But it's basically up to you to, stick out. And, so for someone like you that's been in the business, that's seen the sides of it, I commend you for that. So what do you do, like, in your spare time when you're not, like, involved as much with that label? Like, what have you been doing? Because I know you signed in 2014. So in the meantime, what do you do? Like, what have you been doing?
Well, like, just always recording new music. That's what they're always, encouraging is just, they want just to put out new music. And now more than ever, because there's no live performance. So It's not like I can go out and promote anything, So it just, you got to have new content, new music, new content. And that's what I'm doing. And so just before the pandemic hit, I was, in the studio working on material, but like nothing was finished.
Right.
And, and so everything was in a standstill. And then I didn't do anything for the first few months. I was kind of maybe in shock over everything that was happening. And so now I'm like getting like a home studio situation happening so that I can finish my recordings and get music out there, and new stuff, because that's really what I need to do. I mean, I'm singing covers and, doing little things.
Right, little shops and, bars and stuff like that.
I know you've seen some stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. And, and of course, photos and fun content, just to keep people remembering you, because it's like, you have to, everybody has to do it, because there's, like you said, there's so much content, there's so many people out there, there's so much talent, there's, there's just so much of everything. It's saturated. It's so saturated. So I'm just doing my thing, and I always hope that people, find something special in me enough to follow, and, that's all I can do.
Yeah.
And, I'm thankful that I've had support from the label. I feel fortunate, I mean, if it wasn't them, I would be looking for a different deal, what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely.
Or a different situation. But at the same time, having a deal is not everything. Like, you could do it on your own now, and right now, even people on major labels are doing it on their own from home. Everybody's doing their own thing because the offices are closed. Everybody's working from home.
Right.
So what I had to do now is I had to hire a social media person, because everything is social media based now. It's because you're not out performing. So.
Yeah.
So what social media platforms are you using to do that?
Well, number one is Instagram is number one. And I'm trying to I'm trying to get a proper YouTube channel. That's the only thing that I haven't, I've slacked on. There's a little Facebook, but I'm not such a fan of Facebook, although I know this is being.
Yeah.
That's all right. I'm starting to, take on to Facebook.
They say they tell us our kids say Facebook's for old people, but I'm like, hey,
I didn't want to say anything.
yeah.
People can't
Right, like, come on, okay then, all right. But I mean, ever since I started back up and doing the management and stuff, Facebook has been a blessing to me. So, what would you say, like, where do you get more of your supporters from? Like,
well, I have, it's so weird because like people on Instagram are more, respectful and want to hear the music.
mm-hmm.
Whereas Facebook, they want to see my breasts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
And, like, listen, while I have them, I don't mind. It's fine. And they're real, so it's like,
right.
Maybe one day they won't be, but for now, I think it's cool.
That's funny.
That's not something I'm thinking about now in the middle of a pandemic.
Right, yeah.
Exactly.
But that's what they're thinking about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
That's
it brings it. Listen, if it brings happiness to people, because if they're not that, if they don't want to hear the music and they want to see my boobs, so all right. But I'm trying to get them over to Instagram. All these people, but they're at an age where they're not that into it or something, or it's, they don't know how to get onto Instagram.
Well, it's funny because it's like the loyalty of these social media platforms. Like, one person won't even have an Instagram account, but he'll have a Facebook, or one person will have Twitter, but they won't have Facebook. So if you could get all three platforms to go for one fan, then yeah, it's perfect. But it never happens that way.
It's kind of hard to toggle all three and all.
Right. You trying to go
like,
to
wait
one.
a minute, I got all three. My Twitter, poor little Twitter, I don't even get on that.
Yeah, you have 5,000 friends on Facebook and 4 friends on Instagram. So.
I know it's real. Social media is so weird, but it's like we rely on it for everything right now, especially more than ever. It's like that's the only way, to get anything that you're trying to do artistically out there,
So the song "Anytime," that's the song that, like, tell us a little bit about it. Give us the history on it.
Okay, cool. So this song is kind of like you have somebody in your life, and you love that person, but then there's this other person that's there, that you can't deny this feeling that you have about this person. So it's like, anytime this person comes around, you want to be with them, you want to have them, but you can't, but you have those feelings. So it's kind of like that.
Right. Okay.
So, you're being you're being respectful to the person that you're with, but you have this,
Yeah. But you still got this vibe. Y'all have a vibe.
Right.
Yeah.
Because the lyric,
There's nothing you can. Yeah, it can't go away.
I want you to stay, but you gotta leave.
Right.
I'm trying to hide it. I'm trying to hide it. But I even forgot the lyric. Oh my God, it's my song.
Yeah, I mean, that song, I really like it. Like, from the first time I heard it, I was like, wow, and then your voice, it brings out your voice a lot, like, strongly. So that's why I was like, wow.
And I wanted a track that had a little bit of like a soulful R&B vibe to it, because I did incorporate that into it. I didn't want it to be straight. It's pop, it's actually like more. It was geared towards a movie soundtrack, actually. Yeah. I'm sure you could hear that.
I can, I most definitely can hear that.
Yeah. but especially in the production. But then we wanted to have a little bit of like an R&B groove to it, because I have a lot of like I get a lot of inspiration. Like all my vocal inspirations come from you know the queens of soul music, and that's
right.
you know even though I'm a pop artist, I like to put in the soul. So
Okay.
yeah.
Well, yeah, we're gonna probably in about a couple minutes we're gonna go to break, and then when we come back we're gonna play that song. But like I said, I've heard that song several times since me and you spoke the first time, and I really like it. And like you said, it does have that soundtrack vibe. Like it most definitely could be used on the soundtrack. So what, like, since 2014 or even before that, so who have you worked with, or who do you like to work with, and then going forward, who would you like to work with in this business?
Well, on so far on all the projects for Cash Money. I mean, I've worked with Kevin Rudolph, who had a deal on Cash Money. He had a big hit with Wayne. Called Let
Okay.
It Rock. So he was involved, and Josh Harris is one of my key guys. He worked with Seal and Britney Spears.
Mm.
So he's responsible for collaborating on a lot of the material.
Mm-hmm.
And prior to that, I worked with a big composer by the name of Jim Steinman. I don't know if you've heard of him, but
Heard of?
he's Jim Steinman, yeah. So he's like Meatloaf. Have you heard of the artist
Yeah,
Meatloaf?
yeah. Uh-huh.
Yeah. And he worked with Celine. He had a song with her called "It's All Coming Back to Me Now." It was a very big
Yeah,
hit.
I've heard of that. Uh-huh. Most definitely.
Yeah, yeah. So, like he had one of the biggest albums of all time called "Bat Out of Hell." That
Mm.
for me, that was like in the '70s or whatever.
Uh-huh.
So when I first came, I worked with him, and I had a lot of success with him first before I got my deal. So yeah, I mean,
Okay.
I also, I mean, I don't know if this means anything, but I sang at Celine Dion's wedding.
Really?
Really?
Wow. Okay.
Awesome.
Yeah, that is. Yeah. Wow. That's and
We're
see.
from the same town. We're from the same town. She saw me when I was a kid performing on a TV show, and she invited me to perform at her wedding. So that was cool.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
So and going into break, we still got a couple minutes.
Yeah.
Tell our audience how hard it is to make it in this career,
Can I
like this
swear?
business.
Can I use
No,
swear
you
words?
can't swear. You can't swear. I wish you could, but yeah, just like your experience with just trying to break it, trying to make it in.
Yeah. Well, you know what? There was a time that I would define making it differently.
Mhm.
If you weren't like where like Drake or Nicki was, then you didn't make it.
Mhm.
I feel like my definition of making it is different. If you're doing what you love to do,
Mhm.
you could accomplish getting a major record deal in your lifetime,
Right.
and have the opportunity to get budgets to do major music videos and tour and have that.
Mhm.
I think that that's an accomplishment, and I think that that's kind of making it.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Exactly. So that's some success. I've done some really amazing things. So I think but it's really tough. It's really hard. Like if you want to get to that level, very very hard. Only very few people will get to that level, and you could be as great or greater than these
Mhm.
people. It's about timing, luck, a lot of luck and timing, and a lot of money that people supporting you and backing you for promotion. Promotion and marketing is everything.
Can you say that one more time? Because I talk to people on a day-to-day basis, and I try to preach this to them, and I don't think a lot of us hear it. When you say money and investing and promotion
Yep,
and marketing, how important is that?
it's everything. Without that, it's almost impossible. I mean, some people are able to go viral, you
Hmm.
know,
Hmm.
um, but how many people? How many people? Because it's so saturated. The market is so saturated. Even with a major record deal, how many artists are signed that you've never heard of
Hmm.
because if the label isn't putting the money and the promotion and the marketing behind you and pushing you and making you visible, money is everything. The money, and the promotion and marketing is number one. It's key.
Absolutely. And I hope you listeners are listening in, because that is key to any success. Not only music, but any success is promotion, marketing, and investing. So we're gonna go to break. But when we come back, we will talk more with Karine Hannah, Cash Money Records recording artist, and our co-host, Queen Atisha. This is Welcome to Scrilltown. We'll be back.
All right, you're listening to KUAW Radio, Kansas City's global community radio station. We don't only bring you videos on Facebook and YouTube, but listen to our audio only, where you'll get shows like Cheryl Underwood and Blues Time in the City. You can pick us up at www.kuaw.org or go to the TuneIn app and search KUAW. Listen to us. We're on 24 hours a day. That's KUAW Radio, Kansas City's global community radio station. And this is what you hear every day from noon till 2. Don't miss the Cheryl Underwood Show.
It's the jump off. Welcome to the Cheryl Underwood Show. Hot topics. We discussing anything. It's a go. We going live now. Got a favorite song? Call into the show. Is he ready? Yep. 4, 3, 2, 1. Here we go.
That's what I'm talking about. Cheryl Underwood Radio. It is a great day.
Cheryl, I was so excited to see two great stars out here, to come back home. Both are from North Carolina. One is from Fayetteville, and Chris Paul is from the Winston-Salem area. But they came to Fayetteville State at HBCU and marched with the kids to take them to go vote. It was wonderful to see our brothers, encourage people to vote. It's very nice. Very nice.
Fantastic. Vic Frost, you say what?
Anytime a celebrity comes to Fayetteville is a great honor. And especially for this cause. I thought it was absolutely fantastic, and we love that kind of thing here in Fayetteville.
You are listening to KUAW Radio, home of the all-new Jamal Bakes Show, and I'm Jamal Bakes, and thank you so very much for listening to the station bringing you talk, news, entertainment that you won't get anywhere else. KUAW, in, of, and about our community.
This is comedian Janelle Banks, and you are listening to KUAW, Kansas City.
This weekend on Blues Time in the City.
If you didn't see him, you'd think he was a black dude playing.
That's the late, great Bo Diddley. We went to the Blues Archive Vault and downloaded some Bo. Very interesting what he's talking about this weekend. And Bobby Rush's birthday is Tuesday the 10th. He will perform one of his past performances live this weekend. Join me on Rosina Bailey for Blues Time in the City this weekend right here.
KUAW listeners, this is Carl Boyd for Wave Your Grades, coming to you every Saturday from 1 until 2 p.m. right here on KUAW. This program features American students striving for excellence in honor of our troops and American veterans, encouraging American.
And we're back. Welcome to Scrilltown.
All right. So my question for you, this Queen Atisha. Hey, Hannah, nice to meet you. So my question for you is, do you have any upcoming projects?
Me?
Yes, ma'am.
I can't see you.
I know.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
Okay. Hold on. Do I have any upcoming projects? Yes. Well, right now I'm getting set up so that I can record. I have, a single that I need to release, very overdue, that I'm working on. And I'm excited, but I'm still getting my setup going. And I have to become like my own recording engineer for the first time. I never thought in my life that I would have to do that. Really? So that's what I'm doing right now. And then, yes, so I'm going to release a single, and we'll see how that goes. I'm supposed to record as much material as possible so we can do this new thing that everybody's doing, like releasing a single a month. So that's what I'm doing right now.
Awesome. All right. And
Yeah.
do you have any advice for artists like me, upcoming artists?
My advice is stay true to yourself. Um, do the music that you love. Don't try to get like crazy about like sticking to whatever the trends are, you know, because I did that early on in my career, and you can tell when it's not your music. So you know what I mean? Like I was, yeah, it was a disaster. So stay true to yourself, even if it's not like what's happening. You know what I mean? Just do you, whatever it is, and try to get yourself out there, because that'll just make you happy. And if you're an artist, that's what you need to do. Even if you're a painter or whatever, you know, like whatever it is that your passion is, you just got to do it and get it out there, and stay true to yourself.
Absolutely. So yeah, we're gonna go into playing anytime, but before we do, so New York's a big market, and like you said, due to the pandemic, it's just kind of slow everywhere. So in your slow time, or I would say recreational time, like, do they allow you guys to out there? Because I know in Kansas City they're not really allowing us to do a lot of performances. Are they allowing you all to perform at different places and any venues? No. Wow.
No.
And see that puts a block on a lot of things. So yeah, social media is like huge right now because of that.
That's why it's like I had to get a social media person to really help with visibility. It's like that's your stage. That's where you're going to promote yourself. Like it's 100% social media right now, because you can't be out. You can't do anything.
Okay, so okay, so right now we're gonna play Anytime. This song is a great soundtrack type song. This is from Karine Hannah. Here we go, Anytime.
All right.
All right. I love that song, man. And now I kind of see what you're saying now, because you said got a man, but you make me want to change my mind. Yeah, I feel that. Yeah, that's.
I actually know the song by heart.
I do. Yeah.
Unfortunately. And my 10-year-old, she actually do TikToks to the song.
Oh.
No way.
Yes, she does.
So I can't swear, right?
No,
Okay.
you can't
No,
swear.
but yes, my daughter loves TikTok, and she does. She has probably like 15 TikToks to your song, like literally. Yeah, I know your song.
Oh my
I
God.
love your song.
That's what's
love
up.
it.
Thank you.
Yeah, and
Thank
like I
you so
said,
much.
man, I really
Yeah.
do hope, in the future to hear more of your music. You're very highly talented. And one thing I tell people all the time is that when I meet people or talk to people, I always know who's real and who's fake. Like from day one, we linked up on LinkedIn, and I asked her would she be a guest on the show, and she was like, absolutely, I'd love to. And you really don't get that a lot, especially from somebody, with her magnitude. So it's just like, wow, she's been real, and I'm really
because I sensed you as a human being first.
right.
I could tell that you were a good person, and the way that you spoke to me, I could understand. I could tell, and then you were just so nice and gracious. Of course, I was going to do this. Absolutely.
We really truly appreciate it. Before we end off the show, like, where can we find Karine Hanna? Like, what do you want the listeners to look for you at? Tell us about anything, upcoming projects, or if you look like you could possibly be in a couple of movies or some commercials or something. I don't know. You got that look.
She really do.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, well, this is an exception because you should see, I'm home so much. As we know, we're all home,
Yeah.
Yeah, I fixed myself up a little bit for you guys, I didn't
Thank you.
I didn't want to scare you. I didn't want to scare you. First and foremost, Instagram is like the best place to get like a little taste of everything. You get to see my personality, and you get to hear my music and samples of different things, just to give it like a variety of everything. And then, because then there's links to stuff on Instagram as well. Mm-hmm. So, Instagram #1, and then if you want to come see me on Facebook, that's fine. You'll see my breasts. And then and I'm gonna get my YouTube together, and then there'll be links to that and stuff. But Instagram, so it's the Karine Hanna.
The Karine Hanna.
The Karine Hanna. Yes.
Okay.
I didn't choose it. I'm not trying to That's how I had to do it. So yeah, I'm just recording it a little bit so that I can share this with my fans and friends and stuff. So.
Absolutely, yeah, absolutely. I'll try to send you a link as well. We, like I said, this show is fortunate to be on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Periscope. So one way or another, you will get a link from somewhere. That way, because and we're constantly looking for more viewers to tune in. We'll continue to have talented guests on the show, as Karina. But like I said, we're pushing for you. If there's anything that we could do, in the future, we'd love to continue to support you, continue to help you out in any way we can.
And I just want to say that I wish you luck with everything, all your ventures.
Thank
you're
you.
doing a lot of stuff, and I think you're amazing, and I'm following you. So
appreciate
good luck with everything, and we're going to keep in contact, of course.
Most
and I can't see you. Where are you?
I'm in the corner at the bottom.
Yeah, you can't see her, unfortunately, but that's Queen Letitia.
She's eating the popcorn and watching this, right? Having the popcorn. Yes. Well, I wish you luck as well. I'm sending love to all of you. And
absolutely. All right. Well, until next time, you got any other words, any last words, Queen Letitia?
No, I enjoyed you very much.
Yeah.
Love your song again.
But we want to thank everybody that tuned in. Like I said, check us out every Monday night, 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. We want to give a shout out again and thanks to Karine Hannah for the opportunity. And until next time, y'all, shout out to KUAW. Also, before I leave, Yes I Can 15 Mindset Secrets for Inspiring Entrepreneurs. It's on Amazon. Check it out. And until next time, we out. One love.
Peace.